Welcome to this freshly hatched, unmatched batch from scratch, the show where, just like our emotions, the beers are bottled and canned.
Every episode, we try some beer, talk about life. We really don't know shit about either, so don't set your expectations too high.
Our credentials, null. Our expertise, void, so don't take anything we say too serious.
Let's talk some shit.
Well, welcome back to the show where not only are we able to figure this out after such a hiatus, but the show where we also can get fans going right before my intro cue. How you doing? This is Bottled and Canned, episode number 44. My name is Matt.
I'm Jason. This is 44.
There we go.
44.
You kind of said that. The Jason bit kind of hit with a little bit of a question. Is what it felt like. Jason? But then we've said this before. You've done that before, haven't you? So
yeah. Well, because sometimes I'm go by a lot of nicknames in the hood. Fly Uncle J is one of my favorites. J Boogie J.
You
Bird.
are a region rat, as the kids know.
Region rat. Yeah. Which, by the way, have you heard the rumor about the Chicago Bears?
Sounds like the Chicago Rats to me, dude.
Dude, they are.
Is it not a Chicago rat move?
Hammond, Indiana, boy.
Bro,
Hammond.
That sounds.
H-Town.
If I ever heard of a region rat play, that's a region rat play,
dude,
my guy.
It's right there by all the mills.
Yeah.
By the refineries.
Hell yeah. So I don't know what any of that is, but
I don't know what I'm more excited about.
What I will tell you is that has to feel kind of good in some way.
It does, but most people don't want it in Indiana because they're the Chicago Bears.
Right, but I think of you because you're from the region. You're from that northwest Indiana corner. You kind of feel like Chicago is never you guys aren't real Chicagoland kids, and now they're kind of having to go, shit. You guys are getting our team in your backyard. So it reminds me of the Chiefs, Missouri, Kansas thing. It was always like the Chiefs belong to Missouri, or some people would be very gatekeeper or territorial, which is dumb, by the way. So when the team goes to Kansas, they're all like, oh, it's our turn now, bitch, or whatever. So it's fine. But I get it, but
dude,
it shouldn't be about that.
I don't know what I'm more excited about. The Hammond Bears or our NBA team.
You mean like the Vegas expansion team?
Yeah.
You think that?
Excited.
Yeah, I think that'll happen.
I'm not excited about the A's coming here. Although they did a 4-game set. Was it 4 games or 5 games here in Summerlin? That was kind of cool. Yeah. Dog didn't like it because every time they hit a home run, the fireworks were going off over at Las Vegas Stadium.
Lulu probably wasn't stoked, but I don't know. I feel I think it'll be nice just to have any pro sport here. Like when my team comes, once a year sometimes. It's just nice to see the Royals, in my backyard or whatever. It's nice to have the chance to do that anyway. Or an NBA, I think, is also kind of compelling, just because that might be an expansion team as well. So.
It is, yeah. So, and the owner of the Knights, what's his name? Foley. He's put a team together, a group together to put their bid in for the expansion team. So, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I'm trying to get. God, I'm trying to get the fan right here.
No, that's cool. You get when you said fans earlier, I thought you meant all the groupies
people,
that are sitting outside. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, no, hell no. We ain't got that kind of fan here on stock here at Bottled and Canned. So, I want to acknowledge one is I know I sound very tired, which more than usual. I usually am tired by this point. I'm on East Coast hours and blah 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 blah, but I got back from a long international trip, and it's only been a calendar week. So far. But I still have not caught up sleep-wise. I am, messed up, dude. I'm waking up at, midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., just wide awake. And then I get up and I'm working, and all of a sudden, at 10 a.m., I'm I want to go to bed. But I push through, and then it's, between 3 o'clock and, 5 o'clock, my body's, take a nap, and I don't. And then, right after I eat dinner, I'm, literally nodding off, So I'm just trying to fight it off to, 8:30 every night.
What's interesting is every time I've only been out of the country twice and had to really deal with some real jet lag, and every single time that I've done it, was it twice, 3 times, whatever. Twice to Germany, once to Romania, so 3 times. Each time I thought, if you just power through one day, there is no jet lag. You just make yourself tired for a day, and then you get a full night's sleep, and you wake up, and but it takes about a week and a half to adjust properly.
I mean, yeah. So that's what I'm feeling right now. I feel like I'm getting closer, but no cigar. So anyway, I'm dragging ass. Like I thought you were gonna be here at 7. I had an alarm set for 6:55. I was dead ass asleep on the couch when you rang the doorbell. I was just like, oh shit.
Well, you said to come by earlier, and then I said I'll be there at 7, and then I left early because I wanted to under promise, over deliver.
Got it. No, it was good. Late. And no, I'm not. It wasn't shamey. It was good. It's it's earlier the better.
Felt shamey, but that's okay.
No. But I just meant like that's why when you got here too, I was literally like putting my shirt on, like rubbing my eyes, like waking up. I'm super groggy.
Eyes?
Yeah.
I thought you.
What do you mean? What else would I be rubbing? Anyway, I'm still just like So I just kind of was nodded off like for that moment. So no, it wasn't a shameful thing. I'm just tired. So anyway, but that aside, I mean, we'll talk about that soon. But you said you're thirsty. I know I'm fucking thirsty. So let's get to today's beer. Today's beer. Today's beer. Top balls. Today's beer. Yes. Today's beer. Today's beer. Yeah.
What beer is it?
Jason. Wow. I know we've been a while since we've done this, and sometimes I can be off my game, but what a good question. The beer is Secret Stash from Beechwood Brewing Company. So Secret Stash from Beechwood Brewing Company. And before you ask, it's canned, motherfucker.
You took my question.
I see what I did there. I cut you off at the pass, bro. So anyway, what's
the reason we're before you ask that? I just want to know. But what's the reason we're not glassing it? Yeah, I thought we were canning it today. That's fine. Is it changed its flavor?
It does a lot, but
I don't want to hit pause. Do you want to hit pause?
We're not going to hit pause. We're just going to power through. We're going to do it. Wow.
All right. Well, cheers, homie.
The first ever glass-free tasting. I told you, bro. I'm on another planet right now. Still, I was not prepared.
Secret Stash.
Yeah.
I feel like you had a lot of secret stashes, but once I saw you with a mustache.
No, yeah, I have had a mustache before. I'll rock it with stash, dude. Okay, so, one.
Tell us about the beer.
Well, it's an IPA, and I think it's just like
this is a Canadian Pilsner.
That's the malt they use. They use a Canadian malt Pilsner, and then below is all the different hops they use too, which are a lot of different hops. So
can I just tell you, I like that they put that on there.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of like putting like the terpenes from like a marijuana strain, or like just kind of. I appreciate that level of detail. Certainly, I agree. It is a very I think strong West Coast IPA.
It's hoppy.
Super hoppy. A little piney even, but very fruity, almost like berry flavors, berry notes. But it does have a malt character, so it's not just pure hop.
I love it. It's a fresh hint of IPA bursting with blueberry, cedar, and dankness. Gotta love that dank.
It is danky dank.
Is the dank that like mossy, sort of earthy smell?
Correct. Right. Like almost a little funky, but not in a bad way, you know what I mean? So
a little funky bunch.
Kind of, like a good marijuana strain. Again, not to bring that up twice, but that just kind of like, can have a little like funkiness to it, which is a good thing.
I'm not really getting the blueberry, but I do feel like I get the cedar. Maybe on the back.
On the back end, I would agree with the fruit. Like it's very subtle, and it's like just at the very end. If you just like let it sit, don't take another sip for like 30 seconds, even. It'll really start to get really sweet. I feel like back there. So.
Yeah, after a few sips and you let it sit, you get that blueberry.
What's dope about this one is it's only like 3 weeks old. So there's not that many check-ins, and they just like announced it and rolled it out. And it's like a 6.9%, so it's like a decent alcohol content. It's not super strong, but not weak by any stretch of the imagination. And honestly, like that's a really solid IPA. I've been struggling to get good ones, to be honest.
Is chewy a terminology? Because it feels thick.
Chewy is one. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's funny. It's actually pretty fair. I wouldn't like call this chewy, but to your point, it does have a better more mouthfeel than like most like IPAs do. So it's like you're not fully wrong, right? I don't think but like anyway, it's chewier than most. So again, you're
Yeah,
on.
it's-
You're on. Yeah, I think it's. I'm not trying to be like nitpicky. I just. But no, you're like. It is a little bit of a different mouthfeel. The standard IPA is a little bit heavier in a good way.
Where'd you find it now that your joint's closed? Is it
I went,
Green
I went
Valley
to my
Grocery?
old spot. So I went to a place called Liquor Lineup. You know, like in the airport, you go by Liquor Library.
Yeah.
It's like that library, the one inside the airport.
Yep.
They have we're starting their own chain of liquor store. It's called Liquor Lineup. You know, so they opened up one right here, 2 minutes away from my house.
What happened with it? Was it Green Valley?
Green Valley, I don't think they have a good selection at all.
What's the one that you went to?
Speedy Mart.
Speedy Mart.
So I went back to Speedy Mart for these, right? Yeah, I had to go to Speedy Mart and shop.
But
And
you said
again,
they closed.
no, that was Liquor Lineup closed.
Oh, damn.
That's my place closed. So anyway, I went back to Speedy Mart, and again, they have the next best selection. God, see, I just can't talk. They really do have the next best choice in town, but just not as many things. And it's always very IPA heavy, which again, I just when I'm trying to get names for beers for the show, I'm trying to avoid IPA because this is our 11th IPA.
Dude.
It's our first
I like the
West
IPAs,
Coast IPA, but it's our 11th, which is our most. 9 is sour, and then Pilsner is 6 after that. So we have just done a lot of IPAs, and we're not trying to be an IPA show. We took a 17 episode gap or something without an IPA, and now we've done 2 in the last 4.
That's fine. I think we should just do whatever we like.
I know. It's just it's also I had a good idea for a name for Secret Stash, or a discussion.
Yeah, no, I dig it.
All right, let's rate this fucker. Rate this thing.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
this one's solid. Let me give it a solid 4-2-1.
Ooh, I like it. A 4-2-1. All right. I've got to check it in too. Oh, geez, I'm slacking. Usually I'm ahead of it. I'm on my phone taking pictures at this point. So, I'm a little bit more baseline on it, but I mean, I think that's just kind of where I'm going lately with styles and everything. So,
Can I guess?
Style. No, don't guess yet, because I haven't decided yet. So I don't want you to paint my brain. Paint my brain. Is that a turn of phrase? Is that something
we
people
can
say?
make it something.
We can make it something. All right. Sorry. God. I think I'm gonna go with a 4.05.
I was gonna say 4.13.
Really? Okay,
I was gonna guess.
you
that.
were close.
I was gonna guess what you were gonna say, but I win, so that's the important part.
I mean, it's all about you. That is true.
I don't know how you lose every time you go second.
I don't know. You're right.
It's
Instead
amazing.
of trying to explain that, what I'm going to do is just say, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. You got it, brother. So, all right. Well, I guess in the terms of Beechwood's Secret Stash and IPA, Beechwood's out of Huntington, California, by the way. So,
Have you been to Huntington?
Bunch times, yeah. So, recently too, oddly. So,
I haven't been there since I've had a dog, but I think they have a dog beach nearby Huntington.
right, there's good dog beach, and then we have friends that have a house down, their parents have a house down there, so we'll go down there to stay at their spot, or we'll just get a cheap beachside hotel motel kind of crap. We don't care, you know what I mean? So
I've never taken Lulu to a dog beach, but I have taken her to Laguna Beach a few times.
ooh, Laguna Beach, wasn't that a show?
It was. Only on a rare occasion will they tell me to put her on a leash. But, then I will. But she likes to play in the water. She likes to dig holes. She likes all that weird shit that floats up in the morning.
She does? Oh, my gosh. She gets wet and sandy and stuff?
Oh, dude, she loves it. It's like her fucking heaven.
How do you deal with the sand?
Well, we try to hose off at those hoses.
You try to, but tell me about how you deal with the sand.
It's all over the place.
You're such a clean freak. I don't know how you deal with that.
Am I a clean freak?
Yeah.
I'm a clean freak, yes.
Why? You said that with such a. Am I a clean freak? What are you talking about? Yeah, of course
I
you
just
are.
like things to be clean. The sand does bother me, but
I don't like sand.
No, but here's what I think, Matt, is when you go to certain situations, you expect there to be. It meets my expectation, right? You go to the beach, you can hose off, but you're always bringing sand back to the hotel. The dog's going to bring sand everywhere. It's going to get in the car. It's just part of the deal. You just be like, I'm good with it. You know, like before, I imagine, okay, I don't have kids, right? But when nieces and nephews get in the car, don't touch anything, don't eat anything, just sit there, don't put fingerprints on the window. Then I get a dog. I'm like, all right, you know what? I got the thing that covers the back seat. She's put her nose prints. The back windows are, the back seat is hers. It gets dirty. There's nose prints on everything. It's just part of dog life. You know what I mean? You go to the beach, you got your dog. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna have to vacuum when I get back. The front. So I became a clean freak in the front, and in the rear of the vehicle, it's the dog. It could get dirty. I don't give a shit.
So it's mullet theory. Yeah. Business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah. If I know people are getting in my car, then I clean the windshield, the back. The front's always clean.
Business.
You're right. And even in the back of I got an SUV, right?
Party.
Exactly. It's the mullet. But in the back of the SUV, like you play golf, you put the golf shoes back there. There's always stuff. So I vacuum that a lot. But the part that the dog goes in, it gets trashed. He just puts fingerprints and drools on everything. It's just what it is.
Oh, that's great. No, I mean, I guess that you're right. There's like almost a peace of mind. Like that just comes with the territory, just part of the game. Get over it, and then you can just get over it. But I think the whole time I'm just like, I don't like sand. Mm-hmm. So
it's gritty. It's like you don't want it in the bed.
Not the fun touchdown celebration gritty.
Right. Hit the gritty.
It's not that gritty.
Isn't that Ja Morant?
I don't know.
Does he hit the gritty?
I don't know who that is.
Is it the giddy?
I don't know who Ja Morant is. No, he's a basketball player. Yeah, I know. He got in trouble with the law more than once. Anyway, all right. So you won the score of the thing, and so we're gonna be sipping this beer. We're gonna be killing some time. So I think it's officially time for.
It's a time killer and vein filler.
All right, our time killer and vein filler, the part of the show where we kill a little time and fill our veins with the beer of the day. Jason.
Okay, so before...
What do you have in store for me, Jason?
It's really not that exciting today, but I just would like to share one thing. I was just kind of perusing. Is that a word?
I'll explain that word if you use it right or wrong. Go.
I was perusing the interwebs.
Okay.
And I came across a story of a guy who got stuck in one of those. It's not really a porta potty. You ever go to those national parks like Red Rock, and they just basically have like it looks like a porta potty, but there's a hole in the ground. You just do all your business in the hole in the ground.
Sure.
He dropped his sunglasses and decided to try and reach in and go get them, and he fell in, and they had to call firefighters come pull him out of that thing. I was like. It has nothing to do with a time killer, vein filler, but I was just kind of wondering, how expensive would your sunglasses have to be before you would just be like, you know what?
I don't think there's any sunglasses on the planet
that I would.
I don't care how. It had to be like a timeless family relic that was worth my life. Like I don't even know how to answer that question. Thousands of dollars. Oh my God! It could be $500 glasses. I'd be like, well. I should have been more careful.
It sort of reminded me of the baby that was born on what was that TV series? The oh my God, it was with Dan from Roseanne. What's his name? John Goodman. Righteous Gemstones. Uncle Baby Billy.
Uncle Baby Billy.
Yeah, he had the baby.
Baby Billy's Bubble Bunkers.
Baby Billy's Bubble Bunkers. Yeah, his girl had the baby in the porta potty.
That's true.
That was a funny part of the show.
I ain't asking for the world here. I'm just asking for an 8-ball and $2 million. Sorry.
What a great show. That was just some random thing when I was perusing. I found, and I just wanted to ask you that question.
So perusing means to read very slowly and carefully.
That's how I read. So that was perfect.
So you used it
almost illiterate.
You used it appropriately.
But interestingly, here's what the time killer vein filler is, man. I want to ask you some questions because I'm so excited to hear about your trip.
All right, man.
Why don't you tell everybody where you went?
We went on a family trip to Japan, then Korea, and then back home.
Okay, so there's so many things I want to ask you about the food.
All right, fire away.
Dude, but first, when people plan trips like this, I want to know what is the best and worst part of planning a trip. Are you involved in the planning, or does Fallon do it?
So no, I do most of the planning, but like Fallon really does a lot. Like it's not like I would say that I'm doing more of the final organizing, creating the digital files, creating the itineraries, but her input, and she like communicates and directs a lot of the traffic. So if she's involved in the vacation, I'm not alone. If it's any other thing, my friend trip or like I'm doing a lot. But or work, I'm on my own, whatever. But I'm not totally. It would be unfair if it was just me. But she does help out. But I do the heavy lifting on again all the documents.
So when I went to Romania last time, my mom and my cousin Sonia, my mom's cousin, I guess it's my cousin, they did all the planning, and I was so grateful because I was like, I wasn't involved. I'm like, I'll just do whatever. I'm happy I'm here. Right. You know, it's so nice when somebody does a heavy lifting. So what's the worst? What's the best and worst of planning?
So I think the best part is when something works out, when a plan comes together, you achieve the mission, and it's like which again, I was like in charge in Japan, pretty much like in charge, and even just navigating the train systems or just getting us like, what's the plan for the day? Where are we going to eat? What are we going to do? And there's 11 people total in the group, and you're trying to navigate all that. So it's like when the day goes well and like we get through the mission and everyone gets to eat what they want, we're good. So that's the best part. But the worst part is like when, you know, you just can't make everybody happy and people start to like, and then they're family. So it's like, you know, things just start to get a little.
You can't punch them.
Yeah, no. I mean, like they're more blood, and I'm the outsider, kind of like with her side of the family. So you know, it's like I can't get involved in like some of these things are really common. I just have to like suffer quietly. So you know, it's kind of funny, but it just when the days would work out and people would be happy, it would feel like I was $1 million. And when like things would kind of go awry, we get a lot of complaints. It would be like,
do you feel pressure to accommodate everybody?
100%.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, what about traveling with youngins? Like, what is the best and worst part about traveling with your kids?
I mean, honestly, like our kids are really good kids overall.
Dude, they're pretty dope. Dude.
Yeah, no, they are. They listen well, and they're mainly quiet and good. I mean, they get a little squirrely, but they're kids. Like that's totally fine.
That's part of comes with the territory.
But like we've done like a trip to Ohio back when they were like a few years ago, 23, I want to say. And then we did a trip to Atlanta this summer, you know, like those are long flights. And so in a weird way, like they'd been training a little bit. So, you know, so I qualify that just to say like the kids weren't as bad as you'd think of the plane. Now that the trick is, which is we're not like a total technology all the time family, but you just got to bring iPads, headphones loaded with saved YouTube videos and saved Disney movies and saved Netflix movies. So whether you have internet or not, you're good, especially when you go over the pond. And then a lot of chargers. We had like, you know, I'd like a lot of like mobile chargers and things like that. And then I brought the Nintendo Switch too, so you can like pop those controllers off. Boom. So just have like distractions. And my wife brought coloring books and games that crosswords and there's all sorts of like paper stuff. I have the hiccup. Sorry. I probably would sound like the stream is lagging. You know, for people like, oh my God, is the stream? Is the audio lagging? I just have the hiccups.
Body issues.
My body being the body, but no, I think that's it. And then the worst part is sometimes you just can't like enjoy the moment as much as you'd want. Like there was no date night for me and my wife, you know what I mean? Like me and Fallon did not get a night out by ourselves. We got to go out with like the adults one night and the kids stayed back, but it wasn't really like a chance to go out and have a romantic dinner in Tokyo or Seoul, you know?
So yeah, I could see that would be, but either way, you're with family, you're doing your thing. It's a lot of fun. Traveling is always exciting. I would imagine being a parent, since I'm not one, it's hard to relax because you got to keep your kids entertained, and you're always worried that, I don't know, you're traveling overseas. You're like, hey, stay. You know, it's different than being at home, right? What was the best and worst of the trip? What's your number one? Like, dude, that was because let me just back up 1 second. I can't wait to see the video. Are you done editing it?
Japan is done and uploaded and unposted.
Dude,
Korea,
I love how you document it.
Korea
It's
is
fucking awesome.
You will. I just exported Korea, so after this, if you want, you will get the world first sneak peek before it gets uploaded. Like it just got finished.
Dude,
off the
I can't
press,
wait.
so.
Because I love how you edit. Not only do you edit them, you document your trips, you edit them, and then, like I said, my cousin Sonia, she put together, was it 5 videos, like of all the things we like, and she was like, dude, big ups to you guys who document and then put it all together in a video. It's absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah,
and how you put it to the music, like, dude, your editing skills, dude, dope as fuck.
Thank you, but I mean, and honestly, like I think, and again, I appreciate what you're saying, and I want to push back because I work with people that do like, like Sam and Chris Sakarik, like actual artists, and so it's like and like agencies that do like commercials and creatives. I'm just like, ugh, my shit is so amateur, but I appreciate it. I have created my own like style at least with that video or that thing. I kind of know what I'm looking for. And one thing that's kind of cool that I'll shout out about this round is my brother-in-law, shout out Jeffrey. He said, dude, why don't you find like a Japanese band for the Japan video and a Korean band for the Korean video? So I spent a lot of the trip like searching through the Korean and Japanese like alternative like rock and punk rock scenes and stuff like that. And so both the songs are from.
That's fucking cool.
So I think that's a cool layer. Stuff I've never heard of before, like would never have listened to. So one of the songs is a little cheesy, a little out of my lane, a little pop rock, but I felt like it was such a good like catchy song for Korea. You'll see what I'm saying.
So what was your best moment? And what was like the worst? Like best and worst of the trip overall, best and worst.
Yeah, I think easy. These are both kind of easy. So I'm gonna split the best into 2 different moments.
All right, cool.
Yeah, 2 different moments. So one was just Disneyland. Like we went to Disney Sea in Tokyo with the kids.
Did anybody?
And it was just absolutely
drop
the
their
best.
popsicle?
McLean, my son, he just immediately. It's just I cannot believe it's the story he just won't shut the fuck up about. It's so weird. It was a mango flavored Mickey orange popsicle. And he was full and done eating anyway, but he dropped it. He was going to save it for later. Like it's
going to melt.
80 degrees and humid. It was absolutely melting already. Like it was just, we were about to throw it away, but he was so traumatized by this.
That was really funny because he said, I think I asked him how the trip was, and his response was, I dropped my popsicle.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you get a new one or were you out of luck? And he goes, I was out of luck. And he's like, does that ever happen to you? I go, all the time. It's life. Sometimes we're out of luck. We got to make the best of it.
It's fucking wild. So like, this is hilarious to me, but this exactly is right. So, God, that threw me off. But yeah, so Disney, like just overall that day was kind of pretty flawless, to be honest with you.
Other than the popsicle.
And it was a little bit of a wait to get in, but you'd be surprised. Anyway, it was just super cheap, and I didn't know there'd be beer there. And like, I usually can't like day drink too much, but all the beer in Japan is like so light. Everything's like Asahi or Sapporo or, Kirin Ichiban, like very light beer. And it's like small pours. So, it's like $3, $4 for a beer. And so I was just kind of like sipping, I wasn't like pounding beers all day. I think I had like probably 4 over the course of the day, but that was a full day. You know what I mean? From like 10 a.m. all the way till like 8 o'clock at night. So
drinking all day.
But yeah, I did kind of. I probably started about noon. So yeah, but anyway, it was a full day for me. But like, it was interesting. But I had a blast. It was great.
What's the technology like in? Because everyone talks about how far advanced they are.
Yeah. I mean, I want to. Yeah, the toilets are just on a different level.
Dude, my buddy went to Japan, and he was like, he came back, he bought a Japanese toilet.
Yeah,
and then he told me when I went to go visit him, he was like, listen, man. Eat whatever you want before you come up here, but wait till you get here. He's like, you gotta try this toilet. I was like, all right, dude.
I mean, it's an interesting dynamic, but we have ordered, or not literally yet, but we are ordering bidets for the entire house. Every toilet in our house is getting a bidet because all the toilets in Asia, have them. And I'm
nice
just
to be
like,
fresh and clean.
This
like
is next level. It's next level. So
fresh and so clean.
So fresh and so clean. So anyway, that's not the point of this. But all right, so back to that thing. So split the moments. But Disneyland was one of my favorite moments of the whole trip.
The best is the toilets.
But there's the other one thing I'll split it to is food. And I'm going to blanket.
Tell us about the food.
I'm going to blanket this a lot, but there's only 2 moments that like have moved on to at least the top 5 meals of my life from the trip. One of them was a local recommended a sushi place. And we went out, me, my brother-in-law, and then my wife's cousins. Just 3 boys. We got a really cheap cigar.
Nice.
And we like a little vanilla, like German cheap cigar at the little tobacco store and bottle lighter.
Swisher Sweet.
Basically a Swisher Sweet, basically.
Sweet. Those are good.
And then we
little plastic
walked.
thing on the end. I love them.
Yeah, we just like fucking walked down the street. It was like, 3 or 4 blocks, catty corner. Just walked, smoked our cigar.
Catty corner or kitty corner?
Catty. I don't know. It's a good question.
Anyways, go
I
on.
thought it was catty corner, but anyway, yeah, I could be wrong. Anyway, dude, and it was just like all locals in there but us. It was recommended by a local, so that's how you knew it wasn't like on the beaten path. It wasn't the popular sushi places that were all over. It wasn't the ones with the big signs for the tourists, dude. It was just like it's little. You wouldn't even you'd walk by the sign if you didn't know what it was.
It's almost like a secret stash.
Exactly. So hey, I love the tie-in. So we ate there, brother, but that sushi was the best sushi I've ever had in my life. It was just one of the best meals of my life. Everything was absolutely perfect. Like,
did you have the blowfish?
I had everything. Like we didn't have blowfish. That was selling that everywhere.
Really?
But,
I thought that's like the one thing you can't eat because you'll die.
Right. But no, that sushi meal.
At least that was from
if
The
it's not
Simpsons.
cooked appropriately, you can die for sure. So, but a lot of places advertise it as they can cook it. In fact, there was a fish tank right outside our Airbnb in Tokyo that had like the blowfish in the tank. So the kids would walk by them every day and be like, blowfish, like.
Let's eat that motherfucker.
Exactly, dude. So like the sushi night, and then in Korea, there was like a Michelin star steak restaurant.
Did I ever tell you how the Michelin star thing came up? It's legitimately by the tire company.
Yeah, by the tire company. We talked about this, and you were blown away. Yeah. But they wanted you to drive.
I fucking
for
learn
food.
it,
Yeah,
dude.
so.
Wow.
No,
Okay,
but
go on.
anyway, so it was a beef and steak restaurant. So it was like all these multi-course steaks, and you could add on a cheeseburger. But it was just like the most incredible, like prepared meal, locally like Wagyu beef in Korea, and they just like I'll show you some pictures of that too. But brother, it was like just meals that I will never forget. It was fantastic.
I feel like we should evolve the show into like you cooking, and we should do like.
You always say this, but I don't know.
Dude, I think it would be, man, like, because the way you cook and
Well,
the foodie that you are, and we pair it with some beers and some wines and some
So
fucking
far to go.
tequilas, you're like, holy shit.
I have so far to go, but no, I mean I just enjoy it. But
No. You might have far to go, but you're still great.
dude, no, we'll see.
And you
man.
could be better. That's all I'm
That's
saying.
fair.
It's like
Okay.
you don't criticize yourself. You could be
Sure,
like, I'm
sure.
fucking great, and I could even be better.
I think I'm a good. I think the one thing I'll go like I'm getting better at cooking and all that, but I feel like I do have a good like palate. I've really earned a pretty like solid like food palate. I feel like so when I'm places and I'm trying things, I feel like I know
Dude.
when something's good or not. You know what I mean? Whatever that means. Like, it sounds kind of whatever, but
I just can't believe that, like as much as my mom likes food, you wouldn't want to fucking hang out with her when she was here.
stop saying that, dude. People that haven't listened
This is
to
why she
previous
hates you.
episodes, I know they're gonna start believing that shit, man. So, but no, if your mom comes in town, we're gonna go to Bar Bohem. We're gonna go to Bar Bohem. Don't even ask. Just say okay. We're gonna go.
Yeah, we're down.
I'm gonna take her to Palette maybe. So, all right. Anyway, fuck, man.
Korea.
But I
What was
answered
that?
your question. So, and then I think I did. And then also, let me tell you the other two most amazing parts of this trip, brother. And thank you for asking. I feel more woken up. Okay, so Japan, one night. It's kind of like our last night in Japan, and we have like had a long day, and it's been a lot. I'm tired, and Jeffrey, my brother-in-law, had stumbled also from that same local who
Does he
gave
ever go
us,
by Jeff?
he goes by Jeff with everyone else. It's like my sisters call me Matthew. You know what I mean? I just like it's hard for me to call him Jeff. He goes by Jeff, but I call him Jeffrey. Anyway,
Let's call you Matthew today. Does that make me your sister? That'd be weird.
you're not my sister? Wait.
Wait. Huh.
When you said it, I thought, but it's like when you said it, it broke the wall, and now you look like Jason, not my sister. It's fucked
Okay.
up. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, he goes to this local who recommended the sushi place, also recommended a ramen spot. And so I didn't have ramen while we were there, like pork tonkatsu ramen, like basic ramen. And so it was like the last night, and Jeffrey was like going out and about town, and he's like, "Come meet me at this jazz club. I want to go there." And I'm like, so I get Fallon fed and the kids, and I'm like, "Hey, so can we go out? Can I go out?" She's like, "Yeah, go ahead, go have fun." And I'm like, "Oh, sweet." So I'm like texting Jeffrey, like, "Okay, I'm on my way," like trying to communicate with him. And even earlier, he was kind of
Spelled with a G or a J?
a J.
Okay, good.
And he was kind of like giving me shitty updates, and I'm like, "What is going on?" He's like, "Oh, I'm at this intimate jazz club. These guys are performing," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I finally get to the club, and I walk like downstairs into like the alleyway, and then like down the steps to like the basement, and it's like just like what you'd imagine a jazz club would be, with just like posters on the wall and a wood door, and the lights are like multicolored. And then you walk in, and it's almost like furniture from someone's living room and stuff. It's kind of like where people sit on.
I fucking dig it. I'm already digging it, dude.
Bro. And then it's all of a sudden I realize it's like Jeffrey, 2 people to his right, a couple to his left, and then like another lady to the left, and then the 2 musicians. So we're talking like, me included, there's like 8 or 9 people in this room.
Did you get up there and sing with them?
No, almost kind of in a way, right? So there was a guy doing stand-up bass, like stand-up, right? And he would scat sometimes too, like, he'd go, but he would match it to like his
That
bass
kind of
playing.
scat. Okay,
right.
I was thinking something different.
And you're thinking of shite,
Yes, the different scat.
No Scotland, no party. No, all right, anyway.
A little bit of both would be phenomenal.
And then the other guy is playing guitars, acoustic, or like an electric guitar, kind of like a very like lightly tuned. Anyway, or lightly distorted, just like you kind of just jamming. And so I come in mid-song, everyone's clapping, and then they kind of address me, and they're like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And
tall
I'm like,
white American guy.
and they're like, "Oh, wait." At the end of the song, he points to Jeffrey. He goes, "Las Vegas." Like this, the guitar player, and everyone's like, "Woo!" And then he's like, "Welcome." I'm like, "Hello," and he's like, "Where are you from?" And I was just like, pointed to across the way. I was like, "Oh, that's my brother," and then my brother-in-law says Tomodachi, which is friend. He's like Tomodachi, and I was like, "Yeah, Tomodachi," and he's like, "Oh, Las Vegas," and we're like, "Yes," and he's like,
See.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like, so again, it's like everyone's trying to speak English, and like it was English was difficult in Japan, but. They asked me what's my favorite song. You asked if I had to go up there and sing with them. No, but I was like, this is so embarrassing to tell the story. What's your favorite song?
Did you say LFO?
And I'm literally
like
panicking because
Abercrombie and Fit.
I could have picked a pop song or a rock song or something, but I just was so embarrassed and didn't want to pick anything. And my brain went to this anime called Cowboy Bebop, which has like a jazz intro. It's like a super 1980s, 1990s anime. But like they would have known that and laughed and like been able to play some of that probably because it's like iconic, right? Well, I'm just like I'm like stumbling and I'm like I listen, bad music, gross music. He's like, "Huh?" And I'm like death metal, and he's like, "Death metal," He's like kind of like confused, and then I go, and so I just I'm like in front of all these like people in this intimate setting, like they don't speak my language, and I'm just like going, "Rah," like it's the silliest thing. And then he's like, "Oh, rock and roll," and I was like, "Yes, sure, I'll take it," and so. And they like didn't. He's like, "We don't know any of that." And like they were trying to. He played like the Smoke on the Water riff, like that's. And I was just like laughing. So I bring that up to be like, it was so cool that like they were trying to do crowd work, right? They were trying to like engage. They were asking Jeffrey for songs. They were asking me. They were trying to like engage the people, but they were playing a 2-hour set. That's why he wasn't responsive. It was like in between them doing like talking and crowd work, he would text, and then while they were playing, he would just be 7, 8 minute, 9 minute songs, and it
Dude,
was like,
that's kind of cool though.
So I again all posy, but I came in the last 2 songs, had a beer, then we walked to that ramen spot and crushed some ramen. So it was a great night. It was a great night.
Better than Top Ramen?
Better than Top. Believe it or
What
not.
about the ramen cups? I heard those are better.
Cup of noodles pretty solid. No, this shit's way better. So okay, so that's dope, right? Then in Korea, like a few nights later, we're on and we're looking for. We've been following in our neighborhood that we're staying. I'm following all the local alternative emo, death metal clubs because I'm watching, and sure as shit, Saturday night, we're leaving Monday morning. It's like our last thing. There's like a show with like 2 death metal bands on the lineup, like a few rock bands and a few like whatever. But I mean, there was like 2 like heavy bands on the roster, and so we went to that show and. We walked 20 minutes to the venue and did that. So that was like one night together. Me and Jeffrey did that too. So I got to do some things on my own. So I did. It wasn't like I was.
That's super cool, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome. Those were amazing moments, dude.
What was the most surprising thing being in Korea or Japan? What is the one thing you're like, damn, unexpected, something that stands out? You're like, dude, I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect how good the gas station food would be. Like, I didn't believe it. I was like, you can kiss my hot ass. You want me to eat this gas station chicken at midnight after I've been drinking?
Like the fucking
you want me to
weird
eat this?
shit they sell at 7-Eleven.
And you just take a bite of it and you're like, the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What is this magic, dude? I mean, it was incredible. No, it was like, that was the one thing. I guess on the real, though, was in, like you said, the technology was a little different and a lot more advanced in some ways. Systems for payment and everything was a lot more streamlined. The tipping culture is very shocking because you want to tip everywhere. Just as
they
an
don't
American,
accept it, do they?
and it's just you just don't do that.
Thank
It's just
God.
baked in. It's easier, so it's just like, hey, here's your total. Here's the card. Beep. Here's your card. Have a good day. Also, another thing that was crazy was how affordable PC cafes are, like LAN cafes. You know what those are?
No.
Where you go rent a computer with a bunch of games on it for a couple hours. These ones
Is it LAN the thing that connects you to the internet?
the local area network LAN.
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
that's but it's just like when you stitch a bunch of computers together. But I'm sitting at these, like, we went in one Saturday morning for us in Korea. That Saturday morning in Korea, the kids were going to do like this like walk around this temple and they have to wear these outfits. And Fallon was like, you don't have to go to that. I'm like, okay. My friends play game nights on Friday nights. They hop on Discord like at 5-6 o'clock Pacific time. Like, people start like gaming a little
What time
bit.
is that in?
So that's 10 a.m., 9 a.m.
Okay.
the next day. So we set it up that we
In
went
the
to
future.
we went to this LAN center only for 2 hours. We bought 2 hours of game time, so we weren't there long. But we walked to this LAN center, and me and Jeffrey got on, and like, he can speak Korean, so we did all the things. And we gamed with my friends, like their Friday night in America. We like
Your
played
Saturday
games
morning
together,
you're like,
and like we
you're
just
like Saturday
jammed.
morning cartoon time.
Exactly, and it's for them. And then like when I bring that up, it was like that was so surprising was the quality of the food even at that place, where I literally have on the screen. I can click. I want the Korean chicken. I want the rice and the hot dog. I want some coffee, cold brew, whatever. Order. And within 5 minutes, they're delivering me this food. They set it down. I hand them my card. They tap it on the machine, and then they leave. And I never left my chair. And it's just like I'm just eating like this delicious chicken that's like, you order chicken at like any place.
Why do you think it is so much better?
I think it's like there's different standards of like freshness when it comes to like preparing food. And I think that there's also like different standards for like farming and animals, I've heard too. Again, I'm oversimplifying it. I can't say it's one thing, but it is higher standards, I think, too. So like, there's not as much frozen food. Like, they're preparing that chicken in house. Like, they're battering that chicken in house. Or if it's not, it's like
A lot of farm to table type shit.
I think it's just
Sort
more,
of.
it's just more in that vein. Or
Everything's more like
they're getting it fresh from like a macro maker, but it's still being made fresh. Like, it's not like
right. It's more like
Tyson chicken
what do they
tenders.
call it? What the fuck? I go to that thing. The farmer. It's like farmers market food.
Farmer's market, yeah.
Yeah. So
something like that. I mean, I think I'm grossly oversimplifying it, but I think it's just mainly the standards and like, especially in Japan, the way that they like the way that they have pride in like like food and like their cooking and their food. Their pride is different, so it's like just higher standards, I guess. Is it like not even medical? Not like there's a health board that's got a higher standard. It's like more like just personal.
Dude, and we've
standards.
talked about this before. It's like people go overseas. They're like, "Hey, man, I didn't watch at all what I ate or drank," and they always come back feeling healthier and lighter. And they're always like, it's got to be the walking. We walk more when we're on vacation. And I'm like, I have a feeling some of it has to do with the fucking food you're eating there, because like we got all kinds of, like
100%. I do feel
like
like
a lot of the food we have here has so many chemicals it's just not allowed in a lot of other countries.
and I do feel that way. That like everything was pretty clean. I really didn't have like as
You
many.
can taste the difference in clean food.
Well, and it's also
Fresh,
like
clean food is like.
you can tell. And like you know me, I only eat one meal a day, right? Like mainly fast. When I was on vacation, I was eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. We were eating like 3 fucking meals a day, bro. You know what I mean? So
I know. I was gonna tell you, got to hit the gym.
I do need to hit the gym though, for real. But I did, like, we walked a lot. I actually gained weight when I got back. Like, I got back pretty okay, but then my sleep was so fucked up, and then I was still like hungry from like eating all the time, and I had to wean off eating meals. And then we had all this candy, which we're going to talk about in a second. And I've just been eating like candy every night for like a week too, which is not helping my sleep.
Candy bowl.
So
I want to try some of this Japanese candy.
We're getting shit right now, dude. So anyway, but I think we should probably. I want to talk about my stash, but it's no secret anymore. If that's okay.
It's fine.
Is there more questions?
No. I just wanted to learn. That was today's time killer vein filler. Was I want to learn about this fucking trip. Sounded awesome.
All right, dude. Well, then with that, let's go ahead and get to. It's time for that main discussion, where just like today's beer, our emotions are bottled and canned. Okay, main discussion, as I alluded to. Remember, our beer was Secret Stash. So, what I wanted to talk about was, just like I went to Japan, so I'll tell you this, right? We came back with a lot of different candy and stuff, which I'll give you a few bites. You want to try some stuff? Sure. I ate most of it morning. But even then, there was a couple bags of candy that I hid in my backpack on the way home that I wanted to make sure that I got to eat. So I hid like some grape high chews. I hid a thing of apple O-rings, like peach rings, but there was apple flavored, and they were like from Germany. And then there was like a green apple, like high chew competitor thing that I never. Okay,
You fucking love apples?
I like green apple flavored candy
Apparently.
a lot, dude. Green apple's
Jesus
my
fuck,
thing,
dude.
bro. So anyway, but even to this day, like I've had a propensity to kind of like have a little secret stash. Like I had a Milky Way bar in that drawer for like 6 weeks. I didn't even eat it. It just was like I wanted it just in case I wanted it. No, I ate it the other day. It was fantastic. But it's like,
do they have nougat? Is that nougat inside?
I don't know. I don't think so. Just caramel, and maybe it is nougat.
What was a Fig Newton again?
I don't know. Didn't you ask us on one of the shows? Was this one of our teams? Anyway, yeah. So like, I've had a propensity to do that, where it's like, and then I grew up with like a lot of siblings, so sometimes I'd have to like be very protective and hide certain things. And so, like an example of like where that developed was, I loved gummy bears, and we'd buy like a big bag of it for me. But then if I left it out, everyone else would eat it, so I would like hide it in my closet, and I'd forget about it. And then I would like love how chewy and hard the gummy bears were. So now I like my gummy bears hard. It's just like because I would stash my stuff. Straight. But it sounds weird. Okay, but
did I ever tell you I worked at a gummy bear factory?
You never told me that.
Okay, I did. Go on.
Well, that doesn't feel like we can just move on from that. That feels like we have to park on that for a second. Anyway, okay, I'll say one last thing, and then I'll let you go on this gummy bear thing. It's so strange. Do you remember the movie Heavyweights?
Is that Damon Wayans movie?
No.
Oh no, that
like
was the white White Thunder, White something. Wasn't that Wayans Brothers movie where? Anyways, I don't know the movie Heavyweights.
All right. Anyway, it's like they're kids at fat camp, and like Ben Stiller's like the villain.
Is that my mom's favorite movie? Where the kids? Well, Mom, what is that fucking movie you like where they're at band camp?
The fat camp.
Oh, different movie.
American Pie?
No. My mom likes this movie where they're all at a band camp.
This movie doesn't ring any bells?
No.
Disney movie, Heavyweights. It's like a fat camp movie, and Ben Stiller buys the fat camp, and he's like a health freak, and so it goes from like a fun camp. Okay, you never seen this movie?
No.
Yeah, okay, this ruins this part of it. Okay, never mind. But anyway, there's a scene where they all like uncover their secret stashes, and it's the most epic thing in the history of all time. So anyway, that's the point. What were your guarded snacks or your treats? maybe where did you keep your naughty materials that you weren't supposed to have? Because that was a real thing back in the day. And then, and then I just wanted to connect it back to the fact that I literally had a secret stash. Still, we had a truck full of candy coming home, and somehow I still found a way to hoard away the candy I wanted by itself so no one else could have it.
Dude,
stupid.
so that's sharing is caring, Matt. Have you heard of this?
I shared it after we got home with my children. That would, you know what I mean? And I did. They got apple rings. They got the green. They got the grape. Like, the grape's still out there. Okay, I shared. But the point was I wanted to make sure I got a bite because these kids will devour it before I even get a bite of it.
So secret stashes, I've hid liquor. There is something
That'd be in the naughty category. You're a naughty boy.
I think that there are certain things that in my life, there's something. I guess my boundaries of right and wrong and what's like deep cover and what's not. My secret stashes in life are really not crossing too many boundaries that are like going to get me like in trouble, arrested that often, you know. But there are certain things in my life that I like. Like, it feels kind of wrong to be secretive on certain things, but certain things also, being secretive also protects the value or the importance of what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you're like, as much as I love this, I would like to share it with a lot of other people. And then you're like, yeah, I just want to protect it. And I want it for me. So I don't want to share it.
Right.
So it's not always candy. It could be
I
other
like
things.
that, though. You've it translated it to a more philosophical sense.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you can probably guess part of where I'm going with that one, right?
Yeah.
But there's something that's like, it's just, you create a secret stash, maybe, something secretive. It's like a little bubble of safety or privacy, or like no one can get in and interfere. No outside forces, nothing. This is just for me and me only. And this is shared with whoever I bring into that little bubble.
It's strange because it gives you power, right? Yeah.
It gives it but not in a bad way. Not in a power
no,
and control
no,
way. It's
no,
just
no,
like
no.
no outside influences can impact.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
just clear, there are certain secret stashes that I
like
keep
that.
very close to me that I'm just like, no one's, as much as you're like, hey, I want to share this with everything and everybody, like, this is so valuable to me. Like, I don't want anything to influence it. And I think that's interesting. Growing up, I had secret stashes. Obviously, everybody has secret stashes of candy and things. And
Would you have to hide stuff from like your sister or your mom or like candy or snacks like Fritos? If those fucking chili cheese Fritos were out in the cabinet, they'd get devoured. So I had to hide those, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I would just like hide in the freezer or the other freezer or the other fridge, or be like, no one. As we gotten older, there's, you got to have a secret stash. Like, I think all parents have a secret stash that they don't want their kids to know about, regardless of what that is. You're like, we don't need the kids getting into this shit. Let's put that behind the closet, in the attic, in the, what I mean? Like, they'll break that out when they go over to their buddy's house.
All right, you sparked this, and can I tell like a really random story?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
No, tell a random story. I love randomness. I'm just
But
waiting for Mama to text me back on that movie.
I found
she liked.
somebody's secret stash, a parent's secret stash.
Ooh, was it something you could watch, or was it something you could?
No, so it was something you could see on film. No, so it was just pictures. My buddy had said that. So I guess it's like so hard to describe it. I think I've told the story on the show, so I feel bad almost.
Oh,
but
what happened to Team USA?
I just checked the score. It's 2-2, 54 minutes. So they're tied.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It was lagging and it was fucking with.
That's fine.
Fucking with your camera. So,
we want everybody to see how handsome I am. I get
all right. So like he's like, my parents have a secret
dreamy as
stash
fuck.
of nude pictures, naked photos.
Oh God, hopefully.
I'll be honest with you. I thought
was
he
his
meant
mom,
like
his mom. Is his
it
mom
was
hot?
pictures of his mom and dad naked.
Oh.
Which they were not good-looking people. So it was.
It's the kind of people that you'd see at like a nudist beach, and you're
Correct.
you're expecting to see like
damn.
beautiful people, and you're like, oh, this is just
Damn.
like 90-year-old
Yeah,
people with.
it was bad. It was
you're
like,
like,
but
ugh.
I imagine mixed in there, even if it was just his parents, it would be mixed in with other photos and pornographic material. I
Sweet.
was incorrect. It was just a box full of their stuff. But the setup was,
What'd you take?
well, if you open their mattress, so if you lifted the mattress up in the box spring of the mattress, there was like probably like what would look like a T shape cut out of the box spring. So you would like lay the mattress on. So just the way like the box spring was set up. And so at the bottom of that T shape, they placed this box. So logically, what we should have done is we had 3 boys. We should have all just lifted the mattress and the box spring up, and one boy should have lifted this box. I mean, this is a no-brainer operation, right? But he wanted to get to this box, and he knew it was buried in there. So what his plan was to crawl under the headboard of the bed. Like there was a little like gap in between the wall. Remember, there's a T-shape cut out, and there was a little one-way tunnel to go down to that. And I've always had claustrophobia. But
What's worse, claustrophobia or dolphins?
It's kind of similar, to be honest with you, probably equal in a weird way. And when I'm triggered on claustrophobia, like
you think of dolphins?
It's hilarious. It's hilarious because this was one of the moments where I realized what happens. So I was supposed to crawl in and get it because I was the skinniest, and I went in, and for some reason they started to follow in after me. And I don't know why. I think they just thought it was funny. Like, it was just boys being boys. We were like 8, we were 9, whatever.
Yeah.
Just kind of laughing, like, we're going to come in too. And when I felt like my feet, like I had turned down the T-shaped tunnel, and I was just like, how am I going to get out? You know what I mean? Like, my brain, like, realized, like, how am I going to? So I just started thrashing. And it was like particle board underneath the bed. I just absolutely destroyed the entire frame of the bed and hulked myself and like pushed the longboard out, and like I obliterated the frame of their bed at like age 9 or 10. And they like came in the room like, what the fuck is going on in here? And he was like, we were playing under the bed. And he's like, playing under the bed. And then like they see the box, and they're like, they realize like what we were going for. Anyway, it was, I don't know, sorry, but that was a secret stash story that I'd forgot about for years. At Adam White's house, bro. That was a fucking.
You know what they say?
I broke the fuck out of that bed, man.
The most important thing, the best thing to do in any stressful situation is panic. So I'm glad you panicked, because that usually solves. That usually helps. That's what they say. Fucking hit the panic button and flip the fuck out.
Who is they? No, I mean,
experts.
Dude,
experts in things.
Yeah, that was an interesting moment. But like, I think like when I listen to like cave crawling or cave videos, like.
Fuck that. Nope. Fuck you.
I think back to that bed frame and how I felt in that little tube.
Dude, what do you think
for that few seconds? And
what do you think it would be worse, like going spelunking and going through those like little tight things, or being like trapped at the bottom of the ocean in the Titan?
I literally think both are like equal to me. I think it's probably worse. God, I don't even know. As I started to answer that, I gave up on that answer. I don't know. There's no thing worse than either of those things. Those are like some of the worst. The cave one seems so bad because there's like a weird hope because you're above water, and like maybe they can save you or get you out or something. But like with the ocean, like there's just no hope, I guess.
You just drown.
You're just done, you know.
Some people say it's euphoric, but I don't know how they know that.
I don't know. Anyway, so God, tangent. But okay, let me ask you another question then. Are there any did you ever come across like a secret stash in the wild that you weren't supposed to stumble upon?
I remember when
you found something. You're like, oh no, we were not supposed to find this.
I remember finding one of those naughty books. You know, like those like they're made for women typically. Like it's always like some. You remember like those like they were very sensual or sexual books?
Oh, like a romance novels.
Romance novels, like, exactly. But it wasn't
like
like dude style. It wasn't like just raunchy. Like, hey, we did. You know, it was like
we were fucking.
Yeah,
you know, it was like
all over.
Yeah, he grabbed me, caressed me on my
exactly,
shoulder blades, pulled me tight.
I remember stumbling across one of those, which weirdly was just laying by a basketball court, and I was like, that's weird. And I remember we started looking at it, and we're all like, I gotta go home. Because we were uncomfortable. Dude, the secret stash, I remember, like, dude, this is going to date me. But back in the day, we used to have cable boxes, right? And there was, like, if you turned it on, like, the Playboy channel, you would see, like, the
scrambles.
Lines, and every once in a while, it would come in. You'd be like,
just see the titty.
Oh!
You just
could hear it, but you couldn't see it. That was always awesome.
That is a core memory for me was like the little tiny TV in my basement. Channel 98 was the Spice Channel. You know, every once in a 30-second window, you could see the outline of a boob. You know,
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Once every 80 minutes,
You see like something like, and you'd
That's
be like,
it.
oh.
I saw it. You know, God, that was so funny.
No, but I remember secret stashes. I remember when I was, dude, this is sort of a secret stash. My buddy had this joint. We were in high school and college area, and he had somebody that lived in Florida, his grandmother. And she had a joint up in, I think it was Cherville, but he knew how to get into the house. So we had a secret stash of booze, cigarettes, weed. It was all over there. It was a nice little condo that had a hot tub, and we spent so much time there on the weekends, inviting people over, having our little parties. The whole place was our secret stash until somebody left a goddamn hot tub on when we left.
Oh,
and
no.
one of the neighbors was like, "Hey, I think the hot tub," and then we got busted out and we couldn't go back.
Damn, they blew up your secret stash,
Dude,
bro.
it was our secret stash.
That is like,
But
that sucks, actually.
yeah, no, it was a good time. And then I remember, so my two friends, both turned out to be, unfortunately, addicts. One's better, one's, but we had to hide stuff all the time. Like, it was weird. I didn't really do when it came to those kinds of things. You know, like I didn't really touch a lot of shit, but I always hung out with the people that seemed to be doing it. I was just like, no, I don't want to do that stuff. Like, there's certain
It's gonna
things that-
mess with my complexion.
Yeah, I was like, listen, I'm handsome. Like, we don't want to fuck with my teeth. The whole deal, whatever. But I remember like stashing things away, if you want to call that a secret stash. You know, like hanging out with some people behind certain buildings, and the cops roll up, and you're like, dude, throw that shit under the semi-tire right there, you know? And then, like, you have these, you guys better go home. Okay. And you're just like, looking like, oh, my God, the stash is right there. He didn't see it. Go grab it. Let's go. And then, you know, like, there was this, when these guys were just smoking weed, I remember there was this pipe. It was called, I don't know why it said North on it, but we always called it North. It had a little sticker that said something North on it. So that was the nickname for it, was North. And no matter where somebody was going, it would either be in somebody would like basically take ownership of this stash and put it in the glove box, take it with them, depending on who was going. It was always stashed away so like nobody could see it. Like I said, like I liked crossing the line of what was like right or wrong, but like only to a small degree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like fun to kind of get away with something in kind of a
It was
mischievous,
always within
fun way.
reason in your head.
Yeah, it was like I didn't
totally.
want to really get in I don't want to end up really in jail, you know, for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, weed is about as far as like you were comfortable going.
Yeah,
like,
everything else, like,
and there were guys around me like doing coke and like trying all this
Dude.
wild shit, and I was just like, I just don't even want to smoke weed that much.
dude. I mean, I remember going to like these in college, like going to these parties, and my friends were like, "We're gonna go, and you want to try some of this stuff?" I was like, "No, I'm good, dude. Like, I barely like. Let's just go have some beers, you know." And I didn't care. Do whatever you want, you know. But those little stashes of where we had stuff or had that whole, dude, it was a whole fucking summer that we had this fucking joint that was literally our secret stash. Was everything was there, man. That was like, why they had to fucking ruin that shit? Who left a goddamn hot tub on? I think it was Brooke. I don't know. Who left the fucking hot tub on?
What would be your number one? Not anymore, because it's hard. Like as an adult, your tastes have evolved and you're all snobby and shit. Yes, there's one more for you.
Those more? You want one?
No, I just wanted one more. I know the drill here, bro. I know who needs two more drinking beers.
What's really crazy is that like I legitimately barely drink anymore.
No, well, I just know. But on the show, you like to
I
make
like to
sure
fucking
you
pound these bitches.
are
This
you
is
are
like my time. This is
you are a loosey goose.
This is my legitimately like after during COVID, I started drinking like scotches and whiskeys like nightly, like one or two, not nothing, like just like a normal person does. And at one point, I was thinking, "Hey, man, like when was the last time you skipped a day of alcohol?" And I couldn't think of it. In the last like year or so, it's like if you ask me when the last time I drank was, I'll be like, don't fucking know. I literally have to rack my brain. Actually, it was Thursday because I had a happy hour, and then my air conditioning went out, and that was a fucking thing. But before that, like I can't remember. So
Good.
I'm gonna have this one.
And I'll tell you this is even like you can't bring weed into Japan or Korea. Like they don't fuck around
Did you
there.
have a secret stash? Did you bring
No,
gummies? Did you
zero
bring anything?
secret
What'd you bring?
stash. Nothing. Like not
How'd
as
you sleep?
that's the thing. Like to report like happily, there was like no difference to my life. It didn't. There was one difference, but I had no problem sleeping. I had no problem just getting around, or like I had no problems eating. Like my appetite was, I wouldn't eat as much in one sitting, but I actually was like. Also, when I'm on vacation, I like my brain's like, don't waste your time. Like you're here to eat, so like it's like it's like your body.
Yeah, you're a different mode.
My mode is like, if I don't eat breakfast, I wasted the morning, something like that, because you don't have a chance to eat the food here very often, blah, blah, blah. So, but no, man, like, it was just cool to take like 2 weeks off weed for the first time in like a while, like more than just a day off,
7?
No, God.
8?
No, I've had like days off, in the last like certain trips I go on, I couldn't like bring stuff. So I had like, trip to Minneapolis where that's like 3 days that, I couldn't have anything, but I wouldn't even notice either. But 12 was just the longest period I've had in like the last like 10 years. But I didn't even like notice. It was wild. It was fucking awesome.
I used to literally need it to like sleep.
Oh, I have to tell you the difference. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
though.
but my problem with that was that like if I stayed up a little bit too long, I would go into some really terrible rabbit holes. So I stopped that shit altogether.
Right. No, that makes sense.
I've been able to sleep fine. I mean, I take more. It's weird. I do take like some magnesium at night. Like I found
melatonin or some shit.
Yeah, but like it's kind of sucks because I wish I liked it.
No, I mean, but no, I guess like my whole point was, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I'm sorry. Yeah, my whole point was the one thing that I did like would not like about it is it suppresses dreams when you smoke weed. Like it suppresses your dreams.
So you have some wild dreams.
I have had my entire life, like sometimes the most wild, lucid, vivid dreams. Like I was like, and before I even knew what the term lucid dream meant, I would have these horror movie dreams that were like, but I was very sentient and was controlling the universe. Like I was choosing to go through the door, and like the guy would come around.
That's fucking cool.
No, it sounds cool, but my mom has always had this same affliction. Like my mom has always talked about this.
Isn't that like
and
a Travis
I noticed by
Pastrana
like
thing? Did he have like
day 2 of no weed, I was starting to have the most intense, vivid anxiety. I'd wake up
so you're not one of these people.
Such anxiety. I'm like, this is rough.
So
I need to
not one of those
suppress my
people
dreams.
that, like,
yeah.
Remember the movie Inception?
Yeah.
So you're not one of those people that would prefer to like, there was people that would like rather live in the dream world because it's fucking wild to think that like you can live a whole fucking life in your sleep and not even and wake up, don't even remember it. Like there's a lot of nights in the mornings I wake up and go, holy, I vaguely remember a dream. Like, thank God that shit wasn't fucking real. Wow, god damn,
dude.
And I'm so grateful for the life I have.
Yeah, like that was 5 nights in a row of waking up and like touching the bed going, that's not real. That's not real. Okay, I'm okay. Like, so there was a trade-off where it's like, god damn, like the weed didn't help me fall asleep better or anything, but it's helping me wake up more rested.
Because you're not fucking panicked.
Because I'm not panicked and anxious the whole night. Like, my body was not used to having those dreams, dude. And what did you just say before that? I have something to tell you there. God, what did you just say?
I said the movie Inception.
Yeah.
Dreams, not being able to sleep. What were we talking about? Stashes, your mustache.
Does it matter?
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
Dude, no. But anyways, I the idea of having like a lucid dream where like I've had a few of those dreams where I realized I was dreaming and can control it.
Right.
That is fucking fun.
It like especially the ones where I'm like flying or like.
Yes.
I've had so many that I'm traveling internationally and I'm making decisions about the trip, and we're just like, and like, zipping around, just like, oh, I want to go to this tower. Like we're at the tower. Like it's,
dude. The scariest.
I had that shit, but like
the scariest ones are when I'm drowning, and I realize I'm dreaming, and I had one time I was drowning, and I remember breathing underwater, but I remembered I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. That's why I could breathe underwater. This is fucking cool. And I start swimming.
Do you have falling ones? I have those a lot.
Dude, what's really interesting?
When I wake up when I crash, when I hit the ground. Yeah.
What's really interesting, I'll never forget this. I was on a plane, and I had fallen asleep, and I heard this bang. Somebody had dropped something. After I woke up and looked around, I realized somebody dropped something. But the brain works so fast that, like, in the way I perceived it was that, like, I was dreaming something happened, I crashed, and that noise was the crash, and it woke me up, right?
It was all like you felt the whole thing and the
but it made me realize that, like, what happened was I had heard the bang, and in the second that I heard the bang, my mind created this whole dream that I had, and it woke up. I go, holy fuck, the mind is amazing, dude. Like, it creates some shit instantaneously. You're like, wow. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm like, yeah.
It's like in a split second, it created a whole dream.
It painted the entire picture.
And bang,
it went from the plane was going down, the plane was almost crashing, the plane hit the ground, the crunch of the plane doing that was that noise. Like, but
all because somebody dropped a fucking plate in front of me.
In a split second, right? It was fucking wild. Dude, I know what you're saying, and I think...
But I love the vivid dreams, though. I wish I could remember more. Like, back in the day, one of my brothers, their mom, so one mom, she was like, do you ever remember your dreams? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm actually kind of scared to remember dreams. She's like, well, you can remember your dreams if you want to. You got to like just like kind of train yourself. And I've never done it, but like now that I'm not a kid and it doesn't feel so dramatic, like even though the dreams while you're in them feel super dramatic, like I want to remember more of my dreams. Like I think like that movie Inception means something totally different to me now than it did when it came out. Like the idea of like living in that, like which one's reality, which one isn't, which one is like, it's fucking cool, dude. It's very intriguing to me.
No, and it always was, and like it's cool, like the idea of just like hallucinating always is fast. Even as a child, it's a fascinating concept, and like it's cool. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing, but that was a funny change where I wish I had my secret stash.
Yeah.
Just in that moment, but other than that, it was surprising. Like as much as I'm
any gummies, nothing with you.
Nothing. No, I didn't want to risk a goddamn thing. It was
you want to be like Brittany?
It's like
was it Brittany Griner?
Like, right, but that's like same shit.
She
She had a
was
vape pen.
Stuck in fucking Russia forever.
Right, but I'm saying it's like 7 years in prison in Japan for having anything, and it was like,
what do they just drink?
Beer,
Japanese whiskey,
sake, and soju in Korea, and
bukkake.
Dude, they just party, bro. They like big boobs. That's the rule. So anyway,
sake and bukkake.
Sake and bukkake. That's the name of the episode. It was gonna be called the Chicago Rats, but now it might be called
Sake and bukkake.
Let's not call the episode that. Probably it's probably not a good idea. So anyway, I want to show you the videos. I want to go to bed. So anything else you want to close out with? Any other secret stash anecdotes you want to share with the folks?
No, I'm just gonna wonder what my mom's gonna ask me. I didn't know you guys had a fucking place. Yeah, Mom, sorry.
Well, that's your secret stash.
As Coach Stika would say,
good thing.
Life in the big city.
It's life in the big city. It's how the cookie crumbles. That's the way it is. That's how it goes.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Thank you, everyone was. So thank you. So
what will be will be.
We'd love to get an email from a real human and not a fucking bot trying to sell us more listeners.
We're like, we don't even want listeners, so it's a fucking...
Right, like,
they don't even know who we are.
Is like spam being like, do you want more listeners? Do you want to rank better? We don't. We want organic people to connect with us and send us a funny email. So bottled and canned pod, all spelled out, bottled and canned pod @gmail.com, and then also all spelled out, bottled and canned pod on our TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram. Jason does post some clips and stuff.
I've been doing more YouTube because I don't want people that know us because they keep finding us on TikTok. I'm like, nah, let me just do the YouTube thing.
Sold. So yeah, just mainly look for us on YouTube then for our short content. So
yeah, it's usually good. I don't know about this episode. I don't know if we're gonna buy any good shorts.
I don't really know, and we don't record the episode thinking about clips.
Maybe we should.
Nope. And if we do, I'll quit. So
Okay.
good night to that idea. I don't clip farm because
I am glad. Dude,
I'm a man. I don't clip farm. I'm a man.
I'm 40. I'm a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Thank you for knowing that. Thank you for knowing that.
Dude, no. What's interesting is like, dude, when we go, like, we were trying to do it every other week, and it became like an issue. Like it became like, and now that we do it like once a month or once every 3 weeks, I fucking miss the show.
I feel you, but also we took 7 weeks off. We did like a show. We were supposed to have like a 2 or 3 week gap. We didn't record, and then I went out of the country for like almost 3 weeks.
But
so we just took. There was like a 6
Can I
week
just tell you
gap.
something,
there.
though?
Tell
In
me
all
something.
honesty,
Tell
bro,
me something, dude.
it's one of those things that we talked about. We had all these conversations on how it got started, and then one day we decided, let's actually fucking do it. And you know what? I'm very proud of ourselves for actually fucking doing it. Period.
44 episodes. It's not about like being perfectly on time. It's not about caring about
No, we're doing
all
it for
the production
fun.
value or having the best like show every time. It's like we're doing this for us. We said we'd always treat it like a punk rock show or a punk rock band or a bowling league where it's about
our secret stash.
It's our secret stash. It's about doing it. It's about what we like. It's not about
like LL Cool J says, doing it and doing it and doing it
think
well. Remember that song?
doing it and doing it. I used to fucking get boners to that song when I was in 5th grade, son. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Ladies loved it. Ladies love Cool James.
Ladies love it, and I hope we're still big in Sweden.
Sweden loves us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope we're still big in Sweden. So, all right, well, good night, everybody.
Good night, Sweden.
Wait, hold on. Could you try that again? I'm not supposed to say anything at the end. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Sweden.